You're gonna have a problem.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'll ruin you. I'll throw you down these stairs like a punk.
So there you have Chris Cuomo. I apologize for the delay. I didn't realize that JR had put in his head as the bleeping thing. But so there, that's CNN's Chris Cuomo, and he was apparently accosted over the weekend by a couple of individuals who were filming him. It's not clear if he knew that he was being filmed. It's much below his line of sight. So I have to imagine he didn't know he was being filmed. But he responded in an aggressive fashion, as you can probably already tell from the beginning there. They come up, they call him Fredo. He's not a fan of that, and he'll expand on that in this next clip.
I thought that's who you were.
No, punk ass bitches from the right call me Fredo. My name is Chris Cuomo. I'm an anchor on CNN. Fredo is from The Godfather. He was that weak brother.
Isn't that your
brother? And they use it as an Italian aspersion. Any of you Italian?
I got a little.
It's an insult to your people. It's an insult to your people. It's like the N-word for us. Is that a cool thing?
You're a much more reasonable guy in person than you seem to be on television.
Yeah, but if you want to play, then we'll play. If you've got something you want to say about what I do on television, then say it. But don't call me a
Hey, listen.
What?
I don't want any problems.
Yeah, you're gonna have a big problem.
What's the problem?
It's a little different on TV. Don't insult me like that.
I didn't insult you.
Call me Fredo. It's like I call you punk bitch. You like that? You want that to be your nickname?
I didn't call you that.
You called me Fredo. You know my name's not Fredo.
I thought your name was.
You did not think my name was Fredo. Don't be lying. You want to be a man? Stand up like a man.
I'm standing up, man.
You want to be a man? I'm here. Own it. Then own what you said.
Hey.
Then own what you said.
Listen, man, I don't have a problem with you, man.
You're gonna have a problem.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'll ruin you. I'll throw you down these stairs like a punk.
Please do.
Why? So you can sue?
You don't want to
sue?
Well, why don't you do it?
Go take a swing. You want to call me Fredo? Take a swing.
I'm not gonna swing.
Take a swing. Watch your hands. Take a swing. Watch your hands. Take a swing. No, come on, boy. Come on, boy. So you want to call me? Call me.
Hey, listen, man. I'm not doing anything.
I'll wreck your. I'll wreck your. You didn't know what you were doing.
Okay, so I have 1,000 things to say about this, but let's start with the fundamentals. If you're not used to it, our senior producer, JR Jackson, puts his face when there's a bleep.
I've never noticed that before.
Yes, that's right.
His face was on pretty much constantly near the end there.
There was a lot of cursing there. And so I'm not gonna get to say my favorite line completely because we can't curse here, but I'm going to ruin your, let's say, crap. Okay. Oh my God, I'm gonna be telling that to everybody I run into. Anyway, so the other person that from our staff that, of course, I was reminded of there was Anna Kasparian, because I knew it, and she texted me as soon as she saw the video. She's like, "I love that," and she's like, a lot of people are defending Chris Cuomo. She's like, "What do you mean defending? Like, what he did was awesome. What's there to defend?" Like, she didn't view it as a negative that had to be defended. She viewed it as incredible positive.
I think there's one significant negative that we will get into, of course.
But hold.
But I get what you're saying.
Yes, the part, of course, that really got her was when he said, "If you want to play, then we'll effing play." That's such an Anna line.
That's her line, yeah. He also stole her line where she always threatens to throw people down a flight of stairs. He took that from her.
Yeah. Well, now remember the other guy who threatened that, I think, was like the Italian legislator from New York. So it's getting to be a little bit of a theme there. So
Italian thing.
Okay, John. I don't know. John's Italian. I'm Mediterranean. He's Italian. Right? So. And look, we're gonna talk a lot more about this, but the guys that taped this, and we know this because the first place the video showed up is on a right-wing YouTube channel. So they were right-wingers, and they were trying to provoke him.
Yeah, that's the first point that I want to make. So the way that this first got onto Twitter was a right-wing media figure talking about his source on this story. So he had tweeted on 8/11/19 in Shelter Island, New York, "My source that sent this in says he was just asking for a photo and thought his name was Fredo from being an avid listener of Rush Limbaugh." And that's the thing. We really, really need to stop pretending that this is a country where we disagree about things. That's not the biggest issue we're dealing with. It's that some of us have an attachment to having what we say and do be reflective of truth and reality, and some people are just liars. That guy did not think that his name was Fredo. The right-wing media person who tweeted that doesn't think that the guy thought his name was Fredo. They're just lying. That's all it is. And the issue is that the incentives are all wrong because their audience, whether it's for whoever's gonna end up seeing this video or the person who follows this Twitter person, does not care if they're lied to fundamentally.
Yeah, so look, I'm gonna get into the Uyghur response rule in a second, which is gonna be fun. But first, on that point, the reason you might be wondering why they're right wingers. They say all sorts of outrageous things all the time. Why are they bothering to pretend that they thought his name was Fredo? What a weird lie. Everybody knows that's not true. Everybody in the right wing knows that they didn't really think his name was Fredo, because it sets up their ability to do a feigned offense.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I'm so offended. I'm just an innocent guy stumbled upon Chris Cuomo. I don't know who he is, and I thought his name was Fredo. And all of a sudden, this guy's yelling at me. So everybody makes sure that you attack Chris Cuomo, even though I purposely provoked him. But me, I didn't purposely provoke. I am so innocent. And God, I am so offended by what Cuomo was. You're not offended. Get the hell out of here. The whole thing is a scam.
And this is how disingenuous this is. I mentioned this on the Damage Report this morning. So these guys would have you believe that they recognized him, Chris Cuomo, but don't know who he is because they don't watch his show. They thought his name was Fredo because that's what Rush Limbaugh calls him. So they visually recognized a person they don't know from a radio program.
I mean, do we have to bother? But the thing is, we kind of do because the mainstream media won't say it. The right wing lies on a regular basis as a matter of course. That's their modus operandi. But no, I can't call the right wing liars. I have to call it even. No, it's not even. He's lying about not knowing his name. Everybody knows it, and it's done on purpose. It's a provocation. And by the way, it's not neutral. The right wing does provocations on a regular basis. I mean, if you think Fredo's bad, you should get a load of what they call me. And I'm so used to it that I'm not easily provoked. But sometimes some guy will wander onto a set that he doesn't belong on and trespass, etc. And so I'll get into the Alex Jones example in a second as well. But understand, and media, look, if you're calling it even, you're actively being misleading to your audience. One side does dirty tricks way more than the other side, almost exclusively. One side purposely lies almost exclusively. You can disagree with the left, but I don't see anyone doing organized campaigns to try to take people down, lie about it, run these scams, etc. on the left, when there's 1,000 of them on the right. And if you're a real reporter and you're objective, you would say, oh, you know what, Cenk, you're wrong. Maybe I found 2 on the left and it turns out 980 on the right. But instead, you do a false equivalency and it lets them get away with stuff like this as if it's Cuomo's fault, as if it's the person who's being attacked who's at fault. Which actually, look, gets me into the Uyghur response rule. Once somebody agitates you or provokes you on purpose, as part of an effort to get under your skin, to attack you verbally or otherwise, you don't get to hold the other person responsible when you started the altercation, okay? So now, there's a limit to the Uyghur response rule. If Cuomo had pulled out a gun and shot the guy in the head, I'd say, okay, he went too far. He shouldn't have done that.
What if he punched him?
Look, I know it's a fair question and there are lines. I'm not saying there aren't lines. And guys, please try to make sure that it's not physical. I mean, it took every effort I had not to punch Alex Jones in the face when he broke onto our set. Miraculously, I didn't, okay?
I was surprised you didn't, actually.
Right, so we try not to cross that line, but even if I had, look, don't do it, But what drives me crazy is everyone loses focus of the guy who provoked him because he's not a name. So they send out these little minions, like almost literally, right? These little minions, henchmen running around, trying to provoke everyone in the left, the center, anyone who's sane, rational, etc. And then as soon as someone is provoked by the original agitation, everybody forgets the original agitator because he's not famous. So he's done, or even if he is famous. And all they do is fall for the right-wing scam of, well, we should blame the guy who was attacked. So stop it. Stop blaming the guys who were attacked. Have you ever been attacked like that? Forget physically, verbally. Like maybe a couple of times in your life, maybe a bully in high school, etc. Now imagine every single day. Imagine the worst time you were ever bullied in high school. Again, me, I don't mind, man. I used to kick bullies' ass for all the time in high school. I've told those stories in the post game for our members, etc. So they're coming up barking up the wrong tree when they come for me. But especially if you're a person who hasn't dealt with that 24/7, and somebody's attacking you and attacking you and attacking you and provoking you, then you're supposed to say things that are perfectly rational. You're not supposed to make any mistakes when you are at your most agitated. And if you make a single mistake or you say something wrong, we're supposed to hold that against you for the rest of your life? My answer to that is hell no. Well, hell no.
Yeah, I don't have it held against you. I do think that keeping it together to the extent that you can is in your best interest, not only because I strive to be a literal Vulcan, but also because I don't want to give them what they want. And so I've been in situations like that. I've had cameras shoved in my face and people trying to get under my skin and everything. And I didn't want to have to deal with more of it, and so I just didn't give it to them.
Yeah, I hear you. That's the ideal.
Yeah, Cuomo probably gets it a lot more, I would imagine. I imagine most of the times when he goes out, there's some, aged frat boy who's getting in his face just like that guy.
And by the way, his family was with him, and that's a whole nother level, man. So one time, some guy started saying and doing things to me when my kids were there. Man, that's it. And then you're gonna say, oh, Cenk, you reacted poorly? No, don't come at me with my little kids next to me. That's insanity.
Yeah.
No, it is 100% your fault. I'm not having a conversation about whether it's our fault or not for how we reacted to you being a douche.
Yeah. Now, before we get back to defending him, but I want to add a little wrinkle, and it starts with his sort of semi-apology on Twitter. So he tweeted this: appreciate all the support, but truth is I should be better than the guys baiting me. This happens all the time these days, often in front of my family, but there is a lesson. No need to add to the ugliness. I should be better than what I oppose. And he did get a lot of support, not just from people on Twitter. There was tons of responses to that. But a spokesperson for CNN said Chris Cuomo defended himself when he was verbally attacked with the use of an ethnic slur in an orchestrated setup. We completely support him. And that's why, let's just stop off briefly for my criticism, which I think I can give since I am Italian. It's not an ethnic slur. I mean, it's adjacent to an ethnic slur, but it's not. And that's how they pitched it by CNN. He said in the video, it's like the N-word for us. It's not. It's not anything like the N-word for us. It's not even the worst thing people call Italians. I could name at least a couple things that I've been called as an Italian that are way worse than Fredo.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm Italian, I can say it. It's like the 5th worst thing you could call an Italian.
Yeah, I begrudgingly agree.
It's not like the N-word. Nothing's like the N-word. Stop saying things like the N-word.
Yeah,
He's agitated, I get it, but it's not like the N-word.
So look, John, you're right, but it falls under the Hugo response rule, which is, okay, he says something a little out of bounds when directly provoked and completely agitated. So was it the right thing to say? No. Do I give him a 100% pardon? Yes.
Yeah, that's because I'm a Vulcan and you're a Klingon. We get how this goes at this point. So that's where I just briefly want to be like, you only lost me there. Other than that, I get it, and in fact, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, Ben then was joking around with me on text, and Ben Mankiewicz, one of our co-hosts, and he called me Kamal, like as in Kemal Ataturk, a Turkish name, right? I was like, I could list literally 1,000 things that I've been called that's worse. But you have to remember that what Cuomo is agitated about is not the particular name. And now people are all digging up any time that anybody said Fredo on CNN and blah, blah, blah. They're like, fettuccine Alfredo, does that count? Okay, so, right.
It does actually.
Yeah.
It's very offensive.
No, that's not the point. The reason that Cuomo was so exercised is because they were trying to provoke him, and he knows that. He's with his family, he's on his own private time, and here comes these right wingers trying to agitate him and get in his face and purposely mock him.
Yeah.
And that's what set him off.
Yeah, that's true.
Right, and in that moment, he has that response. In fact, so let me just finish the thought here on the Alex Jones example. If you guys didn't see, although at this point, it's a little hard not to have seen it if you've ever gone on the internet. When Alex Jones busted onto our set in the RNC, in the Republican National Convention, he was trespassing on the set. It was actually Google's set we were doing the show on, and he brought Roger Stone with him. And in the beginning, I'm like, okay, this is annoying, but it's, what am I gonna do, right? And security doesn't exist at the Republican National Convention. It backs the thugs. And then we literally called security because they got physical, etc. And the cops are like, they're Republicans. I don't care. They didn't even kick them out. So anyway, but then he put up this really offensive shirt, and that's what set me off, etc. And in the midst of that, I yelled at him. Again, shockingly, didn't do anything physical, although we got close. Anna said something to him that she quote unquote shouldn't have said, and the people have been criticizing her ever since. And they're like, "Are you gonna make her apologize?" There is less than a 0% chance. Never, 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 never. Okay.
We were shockingly diplomatic. One of our members actually offered him iced tea.
That's right. That's right. Jimmy Dore offered him the iced tea that was in his mouth that wound up on Alex's face. And they're like, well, I mean, are you gonna make him apologize for that? Hell no. Never, never, never.
Nope.
Okay, look, conservatives think that if someone steps onto your property, you're allowed to shoot them dead. And then they're gonna pretend that they're offended that this guy busts onto our set, breaks the furniture basically, throws stuff around, puts incredibly offensive stuff on our live on our air. And then you're offended somebody called him the wrong word or let go of their iced tea on his face.
It was a
You're not
spit
offended.
Take. It was just a spit take, classic spit take.
Yeah, if a liberal had done that and somebody had shot him, you'd defend him 100%. You'd be like, hey, he was trespassing. He was trespassing. Stand your ground, right? That's what you would do. That's what you would do. So please spare me your BS so-called outrage. Like what you see? Click the subscribe button below and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another video from the Young Turks.